evening, guys. Welcome back. Today we are going to do this question here, as many asked. Um, BBC Limited needs UGX 40 million to establish a new branch, DFCU. DFCU has offered to lend them the said amount at an annual interest rate of 16% to be paid within 5 years. Then they are telling us required build a complete loan repayment schedule showing how the loan from DFC will be offset. I think, guys, this is easy. As per our previous videos, we can construct the loan repayment schedule or the loan amortization schedule. So we shall start with that. Let's go into our Excel. They're telling us it's getting a loan of 40 million, interest rate of 16%, and it's to be paid for 5 years. So our period is becoming 5 years. Loan amortization, don't forget, we always take the period. We take the PMT. We take the interest. We take the accumulated interest. We take the principal. Then we take the accumulated principal. Then we also have the outstanding. Now we shall have the period from 0, 1, then to 5 years. So we shall have our PMT, an inbuilt formula called PMT, and then we take the rate. We fix it. Then we take the NPAR. We also fix it. Then we take our payment value as a negative. We also fix it. We shall autofill this. But remember, this doesn't apply in the 0 years. Since we shall have up to these cells as amounts, we shall format cells to UGX. Currents, then UGX. We shall take to 0 decimal points. Press OK. Then for the interest, our formula will be IPMT. We shall take the rate. We fix it. We shall take the PAR, which is the payment period. We don't fix this. We shall take the NPAR, which is the period for the loan. But for this, we fix it because it doesn't change. And we shall also take the negative payment value. We shall also fix this. Then press enter. We shall autofill. Highlight this. We format cells to UGX. Then we shall have the accumulated. We shall have the accumulated interest, which is equal to sum of that to that. Take and we fix one of the column. You make sum and then you press you press the semicolons, and then you fix one of the values. Okay, it is equal to sum. Then you press in the interest cell, you put a semicolon. It will automatically bring then this 7 as a reference cell, and then you fix one of them. You don't fix both, you only fix one of them. Equals to sum. You fix this, you put a semicolon, put a semicolon, you close, and then you fix one, press enter, and then you autofill. We shall have the accumulated, we shall have the principal, which equals to inbuilt formula, which is PPMT. We take the rate, we shall fix the rate, press F4, or you can press the function button and the F4. Then we shall take the par. I told you the par, it's always the period value. We don't fix this, comma, and then you take the n par, which is the time for the loan, or the period for the full loan, and then you fix this. Then we shall have the payment value, but we put it as a negative. Then we fix it also. If you press enter, you autofill this. You format cells to UGX. You just press U and UGX, and then reduce the decimal points. We shall have the accumulated interest, which equals to SU M. Then you press this and you press a semicolon, F7 to F7, and then you just fix one of them, press enter, then you autofill. Then we shall have the outstanding. Remember, the outstanding in year 0, it's always the loan value. Then for the outstanding, you take the outstanding value cell minus the accumulated interest, but then you fix the outstanding cell. Then we shall autofill. So that is our loan repayment schedule. You can check out the video where we explain the loan amortization on the loan repayment schedule. We shall go back to the question and we see what the question asks. Now, continuing on the question says, assuming BBC Limited decides to add 500 on their annual installments, in which year will they finish paying the loan? So what does this question want? It's saying, in case of the amount that BBC is paying to DFCU per year, it adds another 500,000. What will be the amount that it will pay at what time, or what will be the required period for the loan to end? That's what the question is asking. So we shall go back to our Excel sheet, and we know currently our, let's call the old PMT equals to, it's the one, we shall reference this, it is this. Then added value, they're telling us that it's going to be 500. 1 2 3. Okay, and then that means our new PMT will equal to this plus this. Okay, so to find the new NPAR, because what the question requires us to find the new period, or by what period will the loan end. So they want the new NPAR, the new payment period. So it will be the new payment period. We shall use the inbuilt formula of NPAR. We shall get the rate we are having. We cannot some and also not fix it since we are using it one time. And then the PMT. The PMT, we shall take the new PMT, not the old PMT. Okay, comma. But this PMT around, it's going to be negative. Okay, and then we take the loan amount or the payment value amount. And this time around, it's not a negative. So our new NPAR will be this, but we shall reduce the decimal points. But now if you look at this, it's showing 4.7. It's showing 4.7 as the answer now. But remember, this one implies that these are 4 years. But remember, there's 0.7. It's out of 10. It's not out of 12. So for us to get the exact value, we shall get the 0.7. We multiply it by 12. Let's put a cosine. It's having 8.4. So that means we shall need 4 years and 8 months as our new NPAR. So BBC Limited will need 4 years and 8 months to complete the loan if at all it's paying, it is adding 500,000 per year. Okay, so that part of the question is also done. So they're asking also, assuming the following banks have offered to provide the same amount but at different interest rates and different years as shown in the following table. Use data tables to determine the annual payment to be made if BBC opts for any of the alternative banks and advise the company on which option to take. Okay, this probably they just need us to use the data tables. We shall go back and we do the data tables. So we shall have the different banks. We are having ABC, we are having ABC, we are having Stanbic, we are having Housing, and DTB. So the interest rate for ABC is 14%. For Stanbic is 10%. Then for Housing is 17%. And then for DTB is 15%. And then we shall have the period. the period is starting from 4, 6, 3, and 5. 4, 6, 3, and 5. We shall have our currently they use the PMT. We shall also reference it to this table. Remember, if you are using data tables, we need that always have this value here for referencing of the value we want to get, or the value we are referring to, the value we want to achieve. Okay, then we shall highlight all of this part. We go to data tab, what if analysis, data tables. So they're asking us the raw input cell. What is our raw input? In the raw input, we are saying we are having the time, or the NPA. Okay, we shall come here and refresh our NPA. Then the column input cell, they're asking us what are we putting in the column input cells. Remember, we're having the percentage, so we shall come here and get the percentage. We press OK. What's happening? Okay, what's happening? No, let's first clear. Then let's repeat. We shall have our referenced PMT in that column. So remember, data tables work with rows and columns. So we shall highlight the whole of this. We go to data tab here, what if analysis, data tables. So this will ask us the raw input cells. What is in our row? If you look at this, what's in our row is the NPA. Okay, the NPA is the one we are using, and in this case, for this bank of DFC, we have been using 5. Okay, then they will ask us what is in our column input cell. If you look at the column input cells, these are the columns. We are having the percentage, so we shall come and put in the percentage here. Then press OK. Okay, then we shall highlight this. We format the cells to currency UGX, reduce, and press OK. So this is data tables. This shows that ABC, we shall format this as percentages. This shows that ABC at 14% interest, in the 4 years the amount will be this, in the 6 years it will be this, like that, as required in the question. So simply that was the question, that was what the question was requiring us to do, and that's how we use also data tables. Thank you for watching.